So worst case scenario, if my buyer defaults, I'm still going to make $3,000.
So I had a quick question. I'm seeing and hearing that this is happening more commonly where people are having EMD written in on the contract, let's say at $2,000, but when they go to the end buyer, they ask the end buyer for an additional, let's say they ask the end buyer for a total of $4,000. So I guess in the event that the end buyer defaults, the seller will get their non-refundable, but the assignor will also get some money.
Yep.
I just want to know how that's structured. Does the whole 4,000 go to the closing attorney, and then we have to give some sort of instructions to say, well, give this part to the seller and then give me my part? I just want to know how that works because I'm just hearing people are doing this, but I've never had it happen. So
yeah, it's actually really normal. In fact, on my purchase contract, my EMD is always $2,000, and anytime I sell the deal, it's always $5,000. So worst case scenario, if my buyer defaults, I'm still going to make $3,000. That's worst case scenario. Okay. There's nothing special that you need to do. It's just that when you are doing your assignment contract with your assignee, you write $5,000 EMD on your initial contract. So when the deal is being assigned to you, say, let me ask you real quick, what type of deal are we talking about? Is this going to be a JV deal? Is this a deal that you're direct on through an agent? Is this an agent off market deal? Is it an on market deal? What type of structure do you typically go after?
Well, typically I go for a direct to the end buyer. However, if it is a JV, how does that work? Because then the JV person is assigning it to their end buyer, correct?
Okay, so on a JV deal, you're going to be bringing the buyer, right?
No, I'm with the seller. I have the property.
Okay, so you're always going to be the one getting a contract from
The seller.
and are you mainly doing agent outreach for off markets, or are you going on market and listed deals? What's your main strategy? Hey guys, don't forget to subscribe, and here's a quick word from our sponsor. This video is brought to you by Privy. Privy is an incredible software that'll help you find deeply discounted deals on the MLS. Yeah, they actually exist there. Click the link in the description. Now stop watching me and go watch me.
My main strategy now is agent outreach, but every deal I've done so far has been direct to seller, ironically.
Okay, so using that, your EMD with you and your seller will always be, what amount do you typically put down?
2,000.
So your EMD between you and your seller is going to be 2,000. When you assign it to whoever your end buyer is, that EMD should be no less than $5,000. Even when you're doing a JV, say you bring in a JV partner to help you dispo the deal, your EMD with your JV should be $5,000.
Okay.
Okay. When you're selling a house, your EMD should never be less than $5,000. Now, there's nothing special that you need to do with your closing attorney or any special instructions that need to happen. They're just going to see that the difference, because if, for instance, say a default happens and the deal doesn't close, your seller will be entitled to the $2,000 EMD that you've put in, because you'll be in breach there, and that $2,000 will be released to your seller, and your $5,000 that'll be coming to you from your buyer breach will be coming to you. So ultimately the net will be $3,000 because you'll have lost $2,000 to your seller, but you'll have gained $5,000, $3,000 of which would be a profit from your buyer having breached.
Okay. Makes sense.
But there's no additional documentation or any instructions that need to accompany that. It's just the difference in the amounts is what's going to actually make the 3K come to you. Thanks for watching another one of my YouTube videos. Now it's your turn to go out and take some action. But before you do, like and subscribe to my channel because the law of reciprocity means you owe me, bitch.